3, 2, 1. I should turn that server off. Hold on. I force powered it off because I am a horrible person. By the way, that server, the reason that's on is because I'm working on getting a Hackintosh working. I'm gonna hopefully be doing it as a proper video for this channel, and it's gonna be very different to the structure of these episodes, but I want to give it a shot because, you know, I like making things, funnily enough. But yeah, that's gonna hopefully come to this channel sometime soon. So yeah, it actually occurred to me like a couple days ago that I haven't actually promoted the fact that I'm doing commission work on this series. For some reason I hadn't seen it relevant because I figured the people like this would have already seen my website, but I figured, like, there are people who get brought into the series from these videos, so it makes sense to talk about it in this. So yeah, I'm doing commissions. At the moment I'm providing 3 types of commission, although I'm looking to open up to offering more solutions soon, TM. I provide solutions for, first off, Discord bots. As you know, I've produced a number of Discord bots, those being Bebop, Sapphire, and I was working on Prometheus for an extended period of time until I kind of gave up on it. I'm hoping to get some work done on it over Christmas though, so we'll see. But yeah, I've provided bots with extensive features, some of which are unparalleled in their uniqueness. For instance, Sapphire, the bot I worked on for another person, it has a moderation tool in it that can use the data it gets from other servers to profile a user and work out how much of a risk they are based on their actions. That is something that, as far as I'm aware, does not exist in any other Discord bot. And likewise, in Prometheus, it has a command and note reloading system that is unparalleled in Discord bots. It's fairly standard in business logic, but Discord bots aren't really, you know, logical. But you know what I've realized at this exact moment? The reason I don't wear glasses while filming this, the reason I don't wear my glasses, which by the way you might never have seen before, is because of the, like, yeah. Bet that's looked good and hasn't been irritating. Number 2, websites. Everyone has a website or something on the internet. Back in the day it used to be MySpace, nowadays it's social media, but if you're working professionally, a website can be absolutely essential to ensuring that you can provide people information about yourself that's relevant and that is helpful. You can customize the website to exactly how you want to present it. You can put information on a website, you can put links on a website, you can put whatever you want to on a website. So some people underestimate how important they can be, particularly if you want to be independent and do your own work. With that said, I'm happy to make websites. I offer an exceedingly competitive price for them. I charge £8 flat rate or £8 per hour, depending on which is more. Normally it's which is less than these things, but given that it would be an hourly rate, that makes sense. Yeah, I offer a highly competitive rate and I'm reasonably competent in building them. All of the websites that you see except for Sapphire's. Sapphire's, the design is taken from someone else, but Torgflare's, my own, and all the background of Sapphire, all of Sapphire's code, all done by me. So hopefully that's a proof of the fact that I know what I'm doing. And thirdly and finally, we're offering Windows Forms solutions. Windows Forms isn't the best piece of software, but it's it allows you to integrate directly into the Win32 API, which is what Windows uses to communicate with applications. So it can be used to highly drill down into Windows and run automation systems and functions that can be exceedingly useful, particularly in corporate settings where if you're doing the same job 100 times, you might want to set up a program where you can just put in information and it does it. Normally this is done with things like Excel and Access, but if you have a tool, if you have something you want to do that isn't in those specific tools, it's often difficult to find something that can work, and can often involve going into difficult scripting things like AutoHotkey, which, don't get me wrong, is great and I've used it tons of times, but WinForms can provide a much more efficient solution. With that said, I provide WinForms solutions. I have developed, obviously, Buildmaster, the itch.io automation system I developed was written in WinForms with connections back to Butler. Butler being the command line interpretation, so it was basically just a GUI of the command line, but the way you could tab through it and the way you could load in configs meant it was significantly quicker. And the fact it was multi-threaded. I've also produced a number of other solutions, such as the Bebot infrastructure. Bebot Windows, for instance, was written in that, although you probably haven't seen much of that. And there's a couple of other things I've written in Windows, like I've written tools for myself when I've been working on other projects. Like I have one for metadataing MP3 files. I have one for uploading images to a specific service that I was working on. Like, it's things like that where if you have to do the same thing 200 times, it's so much faster than just doing it manually. And that's everything for now. Obviously, that's not everything I can do. And if you think you have something that you'd be wanting me to work on, let me know. Like, if it's something that I am in a position where I can help you with, I'll absolutely help. Obviously, rates on that would be undetermined. We work on it as we go. And do keep in mind that I am still a student. Like, I'm still learning, obviously. So it might not be as good as if you got paid a professional $100 an hour to make this. But, you know, I'm offering cheap rates because, well, I'm junior, but I'm still good at what I'm doing. You've seen the examples. So, with that said, I hope you'll consider commissioning me. Please. It pays for everything. It pays for the server, it pays for upgrading equipment. Like, obviously most of this is rented, but like, there are bits and pieces here where it would be brilliant to just have them. And while I'm working on that personally, I can't do it without your help in commissioning. So yeah, do consider checking it out. There's a full list of my policies and stuff like that on my website, specifically under the page olivernicol.co.uk/work, and the bit more complex policies are under olivernicol.co.uk/policy. I'm planning on updating that soon. I only wrote that a couple months ago, but I'm still planning on updating it with more options, more information, and I'm hopefully going to put in a system where people who commission me can review me, so they can give you information on whether it's any high quality, because I don't want to be offering a terrible service. I want to know that I'm doing good, basically, and I want people to know that I do good, because then they're more likely to work with me. But other than that, I think that's everything. Like I said, the Hackintosh video is hopefully coming by Christmas. It might be a little bit after if this takes too long. I'm getting all the parts for it on Tuesday, so I'm hopefully going to film it over the couple of days in the week following. But that's everything, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Is that the first normal structured Oliver's projects I've ever had? I think it might have been. I think that was a normal structured video in Oliver's projects. I think that's a record. Closes off his professional commissioning video with just putting his hands up in the air and saying that's a record. Fantastic.